Hello and welcome back to RailRoads Online. So today we are finishing up our cleanup of our yard system is what we're doing. So, ooh, just mirrors. That light gotten a lot brighter. I don't remember it being that bright back in the day, but I could be wrong. Anyway, so as you can see, we head out here. If you're familiar with, we had a big yard out here that was stretched out. Didn't like the way it was built. It was really more of a long-term storage yard, but as you can see, we have ripped out pretty much all of it. We just have the one building left that has really storage locomotives in it. We don't really use any of these currently, not that we're not planning to, we just don't actually have locomotives to hook them up to at this point. So we are going to just kind of take this one out of the yard. Figured last trip out, cleaning everything up. We are plan is going to be to come in here and actually lay more of a proper yard, something to store things in the event that we ever do that. Not that I tend to yard a lot of the locomotives. I tend to have a different locomotive for almost every drop or every different run, so they kind of just sit where they go usually. Most of the drops I have places to park extra locomotives off to the side as we come in, so that way I can always just jump from one locomotive into the next running loads. Has always been kind of how I've done things. Never been a big have to take things and put it back or anything else. Just kind of run it on its trip and put it back. This one's for really just running wood out to the refinery is what we did with this one. Hence why it's called Woody, because this locomotive is just to haul wood. Wanted another excuse to use a Eureka, and where it's all flat out here, it does the trick. So that's why we built this loco, why we named it, and why we use it. Nice shot of Eureka. Still say my favorite looking locomotive in the game. Right there. Definitely not the toughest locomotive in the game. Wait, what's that? Oh, I can't even let it go. Oh, don't glitch me in the track. Gotta run up here. That's why I try, when you're dev running like that, I try not to be on the track when you do it, because you can get stuck in the track. For those that don't know, the dev speed will stick you in the track sometimes, and you can't get out, at least as far as I know, unless you respawn. Although I've heard something about like you can spawn a car, delete it, and get out. I don't know. I have not done that, so I guess I don't know. Whoa. What the? Alright, that was a new one. I was gonna say you're gonna pick me up, but it was gonna pick me up and put me down about 100 times. Alright. Well, whatever. We're still going. Alright, so we know all that's gonna come back decent. And then over here we gotta have that flipped that way. That will receive it. And then over here I think we're gonna go and park it on that side strip, that first side strip, no problem. I always load oil on the outside one for some reason. I'd like to get a little better run in here for oil to where I could turn around and start filling oil on both sides, and using the Porter Type 2 to shunt the two together for a bigger locomotive. So that'll be coming up in the plans. Again, that's another thing to work out before we go for our final draft, right? That's I guess always been my version of this whole rail system here. For I know I've been asked, and I've always said this one here is really just it's an alpha test, if you will, to get everything worked out the way that we like it and all that, and then eventually I figure we'll come in and actually put down a nice solid run where things all look the way that we want them to, you know, smooth out all the tracks, simplify things. But until we get the system all worked out exactly for that, I'm not gonna call it done. I guess, you know, and I would think that even on this game, even when you quote unquote think you're done, you're probably not. You're probably always going for upgrades or improvements, things you figure out along the way. But I know I still have some major adjustments that I'd like to make. You know, this all was really just how we saw making everything work the first fit through. So that's all this one's ever been. So first ideas, throwing around ideas. I mean, to me, that's the fun part of the game, is you get plenty of ideas. Reminds me to bring up the Discord. We've had a bunch of people joining in the Discord lately, so yeah, there's places for you to post your own videos or photos or share links, any of the above that you would like to do. We do all that, share ideas, conversate about the game, that whole kind of thing. So if you are looking for a place, that's not gonna work. Stop. Nice save. Wow, you set that up to come back on that rail. Oof. That was a tragic mistake. But not tragic, because it was almost a Greek tragedy. But not. No great derailment. That was actually a pretty good save. About as last minute as it could have been, that's for sure. Probably should have loaded this thing up with some wood and brought it out here, but then really we would have had to turn it around to get it all the way out to the yard. But then we could have just brought it around the horn the other way. But whatever, this is really just about finally getting the yard emptied out and back to business as usual. Then we can kind of start thinking about some ideas for how to develop and run the yard. Oh, I don't know how much the mic's picking that up. Guy's mowing outside, can't do much about that. I apologize, that hits the mic. But at this point, we are not going to cease and or rerun a video over a lawnmower going by. I can't predict that all the time. So there you go. Hopefully it's not too bad. As we ease into the station for the end of our run, hit the brakes. Boom, there we go. Turn off the bell. No, that is not far enough. Well, there you go. That's a rookie move right there. When you first start playing, you don't really think about how long the trains are all the way down to the end. You stick them out. You leave them in hard places. I still don't like to park on switches though, so we try to keep them away from all that. But as you can see out here, we have plenty of room for, you know, we can fit multiple trains out here without having any offshoot side storage. Though I did always think about putting in some kind of yard out here in the oil field, just because I think it would look, you know, the coolest if you actually had some trains parked in it amongst the derricks out here. It would just kind of look cool. So there we go. I guess that lawnmower guy isn't gonna stop doing what he's doing, so we'll probably still hem this one up pretty quick. Still doing okay on oil, so we need pipes out here, it looks like. Beams we're doing alright. And the tool pile, this one burns pretty slow, though it looks cool, so there's that. But I guess we'll call that one a short, sweet video for the day, and say thanks for tuning in. Remember, if you get a chance, like, share, subscribe. So subscriptions are free, but they sure do help the channel. Y'all have a great day. Thanks for tuning in.